So are you also offering a free webinar to all your Facebook leads? Then this video can be really helpful for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video we are going to understand how to use SendGrid to send webinar invites to Facebook leads. So like you, I also offer a free webinar to all my Facebook leads, and now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads, I want to send them a mail using SendGrid about the invitation of the free webinar. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and SendGrid, and we're going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this connection for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So let's get started with this setup without wasting any time. So we're just going to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and SendGrid in such a way that I can send bulk invitations, or you can say webinar invitation, towards all my leads. And to conduct the webinars, I use Webinar Jam. And I'm just going to let you know about Webinar Jam further in this video. Alright, so I'm just going to move in further. For that, I'm just going to add a new tab, and I'm just going to search for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an easy to use automation tool which requires no programming or coding language and helps you to save a lot of time. And using Pabbly Connect, we are just going to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and SendGrid in such a way that whenever we receive a new lead from Facebook, automatically that lead will be invited for a free webinar. Okay, so to do this, I'm just going to simply open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. But before we move in further and create this automation, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflow tips, doubts, solutions. So if you are also stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, I'm just going to move in further and go back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect to create this automation. And after opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, we are just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over, we're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account, and to get started, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So over here you can see that we have two options, the new one and the classic one. So the new workflow builder is faster, flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface, while the classic one on the other hand has a stable and familiar approach and ideal for those who want to try it and test its setup. So you can use any one from this. I'm just going to use this new one, so I'm just going to go towards the select of the new one. Now it is asking me for the workflow name, so I'm simply going to enter the name of my workflow right over here, which is use SendGrid to send webinar invites to Facebook leads. Now I'm just going to simply select the folder in which I want to save my workflow. So on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger starts the process while the actions are results towards the same. Alright, I'm just going to move on further and set up my trigger. For that I'm just going to go towards this add trigger button. And now for the trigger application, I'm just going to simply select it as Facebook lead ads. So I'm just going to search for Facebook lead ads and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to simply select it as new lead instant and click on this connect. Now we're here to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and Pabbly Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection and then connect with Facebook lead ads. And if you have already created this connection, you can go towards this select existing connection too. And now Pabbly is asking me to select the Facebook account using which I want to create this connection. So I'm just going to simply select the Facebook account which I want to connect with Pabbly Connect and click on this button which says continue. And once I'm just going to click on this continue, with this we have successfully created a connection between Facebook lead ads and Pabbly Connect. It was really easy, right? So yes, now I'm just going to move on further. It is asking me for the page name. So as you can see, the name of my Facebook page is Digital Dynamics. And as I've already informed you that I'm offering a free webinar to all the leads which I receive through Facebook. So I'm just going to simply select the page name right over here, which is Digital Dynamics. And now I'm just going to move on further. For the lead gen form, I'm just going to simply select it as new form. But as you can see that I can't view all the forms. So first I'm just going to go towards this refresh fields. So over here, if you can't view all your lead gen forms, you can simply go towards this refresh fields button and then you can view all the forms. Alright, so now I'm just going to simply select my form, which is new form, because I want to create this automation only for this particular form. If you want to create this automation for all your lead gen forms, you can simply select all lead gen forms too. And after doing this, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to do a test submission in order to capture this webhook response. And how are we going to do that test submission? For that, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for Meta for Developers. And then I'm just going to simply open the landing page of Meta for Developers. And after opening this, I'm just going to go towards this resources, developer tools, and then we're just going to look for lead ads RTO debug tool and open it. And now it is opening my lead ads testing tool, using which we are going to create a test lead. And how are we going to do that? For that, we simply have to select the page and the form. So I'm just going to simply select the page right over here, which is Digital Dynamics, and the form which we selected in our workflow. And now I'm just going to click on this preview form. And now it is opening this form, so I'm just going to simply fill in this form. I'm just going to simply fill in all the details right over here. For the first name, I'm just going to simply select the first name as new right over here. Then I'm just going to move on further. For the last name, I'm just going to keep it as lead. For the email address, I'm just going to keep it as lead@pabblytunes.com. And then I'm just going to fill in all the details. And as you can see that I've successfully filled in all of these details, and now I'm just going to click on this continue and then submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, yes, you can see that we have successfully did the test submission, and now these details have been sent towards our webhook URL, which is towards our workflow. Alright, so I'm just going to simply open my workflow, and as you can see that Pabbly has successfully captured the details. Or we're going to see all the details which we entered during our test submission. Or we're going to see service of interest, best time to contact, the first name, last name, email address, phone number, and the company name. All the details are exactly the same, and with this we have successfully completed the setup of our trigger. And now I'm just going to move on further and set up my action. So for that, I'm just going to simply click on this add new action step, and now for the action application, I'm just going to simply select it as SendGrid. So today, to send emails, I'm just going to use SendGrid. You can use any another application to according to your own choice. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as send an email and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between SendGrid and Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection, and it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, I'm just going to open my SendGrid account. Now from here, I'm just going to go towards this settings from the left end of the site and then towards this API key. And now we have to click on this create API key button. Now I'm just going to simply enter the key name. Let's say I'm just going to enter my key name as Webinar Jam. And after entering this key name, I'm just going to give the full access and click on this create and view. And as you can see that this is my API key, so I'm simply going to copy it and click on this done. And once I'm just going to copy this key, alright, I'm just going to move on further and paste this key right over here in my workflow. And after pasting this key, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, yes, you can see connection saved successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between SendGrid and Pabbly Connect. And now we are just going to send emails something like this. And how are we going to do that? For that, I'm just going to go back towards my workflow. Now it is asking me for the send to email. So I'm just going to simply enter the send to email right over here. Over here for the send to email, I'm just going to simply enter the email of my lead. So I'm just going to simply enter the email right over here, but we are not going to enter it manually by typing it like this, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step, and when we insert the data from the previous step, automatically our data becomes dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm just going to simply enter this email address and I'm just going to map it from the response of my previous step, and I'm just going to move in further. It is asking me for the subject. So I want the subject something to be this, which is you are invited, free webinar, digital growth, secrets by digital dynamics. I'm just going to simply enter the subject right over here and move on further. It is asking me the from email address and the from name. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my SendGrid account, go towards this left end of the side towards this marketing, and then towards this senders. And once we come over here towards this senders, you're going to see that in this senders we're going to get the from email and the reply email. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to first simply copy this from email right from here, and I'm just going to paste it in this from email address and move on further. For the from name, I'm just going to simply enter the name of my company, which is Digital Dynamics. So I'm just going to simply enter the from name. Now for the reply email, once again I'm just going to copy it right from here and I'm just going to paste it right over here in my workflow. Now I'm just going to move on further. For the content type, I'm just going to simply select it as HTML because I want to send attractive emails like this. If you want to send plain emails, you can simply select the content type as plain. And now for the content value, I'm just going to simply enter the content of my mail. And as you can see that I've simply entered this content, and now over here I'm just going to simply enter the name of my lead in front of this hello. I'm not going to enter the lead name manually, but instead I'm just going to simply map the first name, put a space, and then I'm just going to simply map the last name to right over here. And after doing all of this, I'm just going to simply click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent the mail. Alright, so I'm just going to open my Gmail account, go back towards this inbox, and as you can see that we have recently received a new mail, so I'm just going to open it. And as you can see that we have successfully received this mail right over here. Because this mail is same, that's the reason it is giving the formatting as this, but my leads are going to receive the mail something like this only. So yes, you can see that over here in this mail, when they click on this save my spot, automatically they're going to be redirected toward the link I have attached of the webinar jam. So as I've already mentioned that I use webinar jam to conduct the webinar for my own business, because webinar jam is an easy to use platform and has many features like interactive charts and much more. So you can also use webinar jam. What you can do is you can simply create a webinar and go towards this your links right over here. After coming over here towards this your links, you have to go towards this direct link to the live room, and you can simply give this link to all your leads like I have done this. When my leads are going to click on this save my spot, automatically they're going to redirect it to this link. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and this video too. And now whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads, an automated email something like this will be sent towards my lead. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.